that this is closing time. This is where we win it all.
I think it would be a bigger statement for the Lakers if he tried to win this fourth quarter without Bryant on the floor. That's what I would do.
Well,
would make it more meaningful.
what's your last name?
Yeah, exactly.
As we start the fourth quarter, they've got 5 players in double figures. Bryant is, again, a terrific all-around game. He's only taken 14 shots, but he has 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 4 blocks, a steal. Gasol, the quartet on him. Knocks it down. Strong start. And Gasol with 12. This is the largest lead of the game.
That was great defense. Better offense.
Jameer Nelson to Redick. Redick open for 3. That's good. Only their 3rd three-pointer of the night. 3 for 17. But it cuts it to 14.
That's a good job of reading the penetration. Baseline drive, baseline drift. J.J. Redick knocks down the Jet.
Lewis with the steal, but couldn't hold on as we send it over to Doris.
Guys, the Lakers talked in their huddle about playing defense without fouling. They do not want the Orlando Magic in the penalty early. And they said, guys, don't get sucked in defensively and give up threes. We'd rather give up twos. Obviously, not a terrific start to the strategy in the fourth. Mike.
Well, they've been cold all night, but they're a team that can get red hot. They'll be very streaky. Bryant's jump shot. It's good. 23 for Kobe Bryant.
I'll tell you what, you're not going to win allowing J.J. Redick to defend Kobe Bryant one-on-one. That's a recipe for disaster.
Redick's pass deflected by Luke Walton, and then a hold called on Walton. Or do they call it on? I'm not sure. Rashard Lewis called for the personal.
I mean, this is the best in the world. Sorry, Mike. This is the best in the world. One-on-one. That's good defense for J.J. Redick, but Kobe Bryant is in a zone right now. It doesn't matter who's defending him. The ball has to get out of his hands.
Dwight Howard and Courtney Lee get off the bench. Howard with his 5 fouls will return. We're 90 seconds into the fourth. Gasol again. Too strong. And Lewis the rebound. As Stan Van Gundy said, they need to play a great fourth quarter. Turkoglu, Dwarf Tot with the left hand, misses. Gasol with his 11th rebound.
If I was the Orlando Magic bigs, at the end of this series, I would ask Pau Gasol, does he have a big man camp that I can attend?
Backdoor, Bryant inside, reverse. Almost put that one in. Here comes Turkoglu the other way. Back to Redick, over to Nelson. Nelson steps back for 3, knocks it down. Suddenly, it's a 13-point game. Magic have shown grit all season. They never give up, keep fighting back. Crowds come alive a little bit. They've been pretty quiet much of the second half with all this fine Laker play. Gasol tied up. Ariza for 3, way off the mark. And a loose ball foul is going to go against Rashard Lewis. Second team foul, 3rd on Lewis.
If you're the Magic, you're getting good things on the offensive end. You have to get stops, and you have to secure the basketball by rebounding it.
And going into this series, to me, that was their biggest question, is could they rebound with the Lakers? For most of the series, it's been pretty good. Tonight, they've been dominated.
Plus 10 for the Lakers in that department. Farmar looking for Kobe Bryant. Redick all over him. Bryant takes his time, 1 on the shot clock. Back of the rim won't go. And Lewis another rebound. Here comes Nelson. Looking for an opening. Still plenty of time. Nelson the drive. Bryant pokes it away. Shot clock at 8. Nelson, tough shot, won't go. Howard the offensive board. Back out for Turkoglu. Nelson will try another 3. Lewis tips it out, but right to Ariza. 8.5 remaining in a 13-point game. clock down to 8. Bryant fires a 3, puts it in. Kobe Bryant from downtown, and the lead back to 16. Timeout, Orlando. And a lot of the air just went out of the building here. The fans desperate for a comeback, but the Laker fans up and applauding. His talent is off the charts. His competitive drive is as much as we've ever seen from any NBA player. But the ever-evolving and improvement as a leader. He's sometimes not been the easiest guy to play with, but that evolvement has been so huge for him and for this team.
Absolutely, and guys responded to that evolvement. You talk about Kobe Bryant, we asked him the question, does this mean more than winning it with Shaq? And the answer is yes. He's not going to say that, but absolutely, because this is his first time winning it where he is the clear-cut man on the team. And he's done an outstanding job of leading this group from day one.
That's what he said. It's an honor to lead this team. As Walton, nice little ball fake, and Walton banks it in.
My question is, I think it's overplayed how hard he was to play with. I mean, I'm watching this guy play basketball. To me, he plays as Turkoglu makes a 3. He plays hard. He works hard in practice. When he's single covered, he goes for and takes a shot. And when he's double covered, he passes. I think a lot of that about him not being a good teammate has as much to do with the guys he played with.
I don't know if some people think a good teammate, rather, he can be hard on his teammates when they don't perform at his level. And that's what has made him, in many ways, a good leader by pushing them to play harder, to be a better player.
Yeah, that's, to me, called leadership.
All we gotta do is keep coming. Is push hard these next 3 minutes. Push hard these next 3 minutes. Let's make our work.
And you know the point to be made? If you go out and compete the same way that this guy competes, in practice and in game situations, he's not a problem to you because he's not talking to you when he demands that you raise your level of play.
Right, like, so why do he and Fisher get along so well? It's because Fisher, at a totally different level of talent and skill, competes every bit as hard as Bryant. He'll have problems with the guys, and rightfully so, just like a coach would, guys who compete to a point, but maybe not as hard as necessary to win it all.
And a great example of that was what happened in the summer. All these NBA All-Star players, as Howard has it knocked away, from Dwight Howard to LeBron James to Dwayne Wade, all talked about Kobe Bryant's work ethic. Here's some of the hardest working, most talented players in the league, and they looked at him as an example.
What do you think about it?
As he puts up a 3, in and out, and a loose ball foul called on Alston.
You think about it, LeBron James wants to win like Bryant does. You know, they're chasing this guy's greatness. This guy is Machiavellian by any means necessary. You know, he is a throwback. And so if you're around other great players who aspire to be at his greatness, there's no question that they're going to enjoy playing with him.
What Lamar Odom said as Odom goes to the free throw line, you know, they were asking Odom about Kobe Bryant and his 8 assists or 8+ assists in each of the last 6 games. Odom said that if Kobe Bryant wanted to be the best point guard in the NBA, to concentrate on distributing and not scoring, he would be the best point guard in the NBA.
And I agree, he has no flaws. Now that's not going to allow his team to be as efficient or as good as they would be. But here's a guy that has no flaws as a basketball player. And what I love most, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, this guy's tank will be on E with the light beaming bright.
And it all started in terms of the championship for this season as Lewis launches up a 3 and puts that in. It all started with that Game 6 loss in Boston right after. It was an embarrassing loss. It was one where the Lakers had to watch the Celtics celebrate on their home floor as they were walking off, green confetti falling on their heads. Embarrassed by 39 in Boston as Gasol misfires. And they vowed to get better. They vowed to get tougher. They had their share of tests this year. In fact, during the playoffs, they were questioned quite a bit how they handled some of the games against the Houston Rockets, but Bryant kept saying it was going to make them stronger, and evidently it did as Lewis knocks down the 3.
And I got people that were upset with me in putting Kobe Bryant into discussion with Michael Jordan. At the end of the day, just look at this guy's body of work. Look at the great players and listen to the way that they acknowledge that he's the best. It's incredible.
Ball deflected out of bounds with 3:22 remaining.
Listen, you can at least you can have a legitimate conversation about that.
The second straight series they will clinch on the road. The Denver series, winning in Denver in Game 6. Remember, they had some rough road outings in the Houston series. It made them stronger. Bryant's three-pointer won't go. Howard the rebound. As we come up on 3 minutes remaining in this NBA season. One that will crown a new champion. Redick on the drive. Well, it's under 3. This is the closest they've been in the fourth quarter. A 12-point game. Magic still fighting. And that's not a surprise. Anybody who's watched them all season long, as resilient a team as we've seen. Bryant on the drive. Banker is good. Another spectacular night. Another 30-point game for Kobe Bryant. Lewis fires away. Bryant tips it to Gasol. And that last jumper from Kobe Bryant pretty much sealing it. A 14-point lead as we're approaching the 2-minute mark. Turkoglu trying to bump him. Bryant falling away. Shot won't go. Alston the rebound. J.J. Redick from long range hits the three-pointer. And it's down to 11 as we hit 2 minutes. You got to love the way the Magic keep fighting back. It has obviously not been a strong performance tonight. But they won't give up. Odom inside. Gets to Gasol. Fisher with 5 on the shot clock. Out to Ariza. Open 3. Won't go. Lewis the rebound. Ball deflected. Gets to Alston. Lewis down the lane. Blocked by Gasol. Big play from Pau Gasol. And now the Lakers and their fans starting to celebrate. Ariza on the drive, and he's fouled with 1:12 remaining, and the Lakers leading by 11. Well, Kobe Bryant, the Lakers and their fans are ready to celebrate as Ariza goes to the line. Certainly a tough way for the season to end for the Orlando Magic, but you can make the statement this is their best season in franchise history. 59 wins, first time making the finals in 14 years, first finals victory in franchise history. Stan Van Gundy and his team, what an amazing playoff run. Down 2-1 to Philly, come back and win. Beat the defending champion Celtics in Boston in a Game 7. Beat amazing numbers from LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, a 66-win team. They were the first team in the history of the NBA playoffs to face 3 teams that had won 60-plus games. And they took the Lakers, or made them battle and made them fight 2 difficult overtime losses. But what a great, great year it's been for the Orlando Magic. So hard to end on this note. As Odom looking, and he's bumped. And they're a young team as well, but they've got some decisions to make in the offseason. Hedo Turkoglu can opt out of his contract. Most likely will do that. There'll be a lot of teams wanting to sign him. Rafer Alston will be back, but as you mentioned earlier, Jeff, the decision of Rafer Alston and Jameer Nelson on the same team. Marcin Gortat is a free agent as well. He's been a valuable player. But they had so much development of Dwight Howard. This year, the Defensive Player of the Year. All-stars in Rashard Lewis and Jameer Nelson. The play of Michael Petrus and Courtney Lee, the rookie. We've got a new arena coming for the Magic soon. And what a great job Stan Van Gundy did all season long. And again, this team went a lot further than many thought. Cleveland and Boston were the favorites, but it was Orlando that made it to the finals. A reminder, shop NBAstore.com for the best selection of Magic and Lakers finals gear, including the Magic versus Lakers finals t-shirt. NBAstore.com, one store, every team. I know it's hard for you to watch your brother go down in defeat tonight, Jeff, but I know there's also a lot of pride for what he and his Magic accomplished this year.
Well, there's no question. They had, as you said, a great year, and they met an opponent that was superior to them in the first game and this game. The middle 3 games of this series were very close, but this game, the Lakers showed their greatness.
You know, I sit back as I watch the Lakers celebrate, and I think about Shaquille O'Neal. If he's watching, what could he be thinking right now? Because this is a team, they're not finished right now. This is a team that's going to have to be dealt with for years to come.
We saw Phil Jackson there before. No head coach has won more NBA championships than Phil Jackson. Number 10, one more than the late, great Red Auerbach. He's now winner of 10 of the last 19 NBA titles. A magnificent accomplishment. The question, will he be back? It's not definite. He's got a year left on his contract. He said it depends on his health. This would certainly be quite a way to go out. Lewis flips it in. And a foul. Ray for Alston will finish up with some free throws. They do it in 5 games, and they do it impressively with a tremendous all-around performance from Kobe Bryant. How about Trevor Ariza? What a talented young player. They simply don't win without his contributions during the playoffs.
Well, I think you're talking about Orlando has some key decisions. So too do the Lakers. Lamar Odom, Trevor Ariza, those are big decisions. They lose either guy, that will seriously impact their ability to repeat.
You look at Odom, the roller coaster ride he's had, always the subject of trade rumors. He's had his ups and downs off and on the court. Maybe that makes this moment so much sweeter for him. Well, he's on top of his game, one of the most versatile players in the NBA, and now he's going to have an NBA championship ring. And Derek Fisher, we talk about Bryant and his 4th title, Fisher as well. These two will join Shaq and Duncan as most championships among active players.
And I like that Phil Jackson leaving this group on the floor.
Letting him get one final ovation. The shot clock's going to wind down, then the Magic will inbound. Many of the Magic fans still here as they'll want to applaud their Orlando Magic for their accomplishments this year. There are also a number of Laker fans that have been here throughout the arena, ready to celebrate a championship. There's the final seconds. As the buzzer sounds, it's official. The Lakers are NBA champions once again. LA wins the 2009 NBA title. Those two came in the league at the same time. 2 rookies with the LA Lakers, as they've now won their 4th championship together. And for the franchise, the 15th NBA championship. Only the Celtics have more with 17.